All right, we live with it.
Hello, Twitch. Hello, Spotify. Hello, Apple Podcasts. Hello, wherever you are listening. My name is Kenton Gibbs. Last pod, they made an agreement that if there were so many views or so many subs, I would go get some Arby's. And I got the Arby's. We're going to try it and rate it 1 through 10. So, I got the Arby's fries, and I got the curly fries and the mozzarella sticks, as well as the chicken sandwich. So, like I said, I got it. I'm going to try it and rate it 1 through 10. And because I think Arby's is hot ass, I got some Arizona tea to wash it down, just in case. Shout out to Arizona tea. Still 99 cents. Still to go. All right. Let's try the fries first. The curly fries here. It's not a bad fry. The curly fries are not bad fries.
You got to give us 1 through 10s, but for each item.
I say
they equivalent to Checkers fries. So if you say they not, you can't.
They're not equivalent to Checkers fries.
I think they're a tier below. I think they're a tier below checker fries.
I say these are I say like a 5 out of 10. Like if they near me, I'm not gonna go out of my way to not eat them, but I'm not gonna pay for them. Like I'm not really gonna pay for them. Let's try the mozzarella.
In your defense, I usually don't get the fries when I hit Arby's.
I'm gonna try the mozzarella stick. I'm gonna try to raw dog it, and then I'm gonna dip it in the marinara. So let's see how that goes. So I'll give them this. This is the best one that I've had at a fast food joint. Like, it's better than what you.
That's pretty good.
It's
For a fast food, it's top tier.
It's better than what you would get at like a Burger King or whatever, but it's not quite the quality of like what you would get at a Lowe's or a Whole Foods hot bar. You know what I mean? Like, it's wedged in between those two. Definitely not messing with restaurant quality, but it's wedged between those two. I say I'll give this one a 6.5, 7. I'll give this one a 6.5, 7. Let's try it. Let's try it in the marinara. Let's see what the marinara hitting for, and we gonna see what we got going on from that standpoint. All right, here we go. We're gonna try it with the marinara. Oh man. By the way, funny story. When I pulled up to the Arby's, I ordered my order. First of all, I thought it was closed because there was nobody there, and like the building is set up weird. Like you can't see lights on the inside from like a distance. Like you got to be right up on it.
They got 5% on the Arby's.
Listen, I don't know what they got going on there, but yeah, that's what they had. And so, all right, I'm gonna try it. But anyway, I pull up and I order, and I didn't know where the window was. So she said, pull around to the window. And I went to the window, and nobody was at the window, and I didn't see nobody moving in the back. So I'm like, bro, like, what's going on over here, bro? Like, is this a setup? Like, I promise you, if you're trying to rob me, you practicing for the game, because this ain't the real deal right here. But anyway, all right. And then when I went back around to the window, I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'd never eat here. I had to because I basically lost a bet type deal. So, you know. But anyway.
not you giving a prereq for ordering.
The marinara don't really help it or hurt it. The marinara is some mid.
I usually do mine no marinara.
I do mine in ranch.
But you know, I gotta give these the same as the fries to me. This is the same as the fries to me. Like, if they buy me, like if somebody's like, oh, we got some Arby mozzarella sticks, yeah, let me get one. But like, if somebody's like, hey Ken, I'm going to Arby's, you want something? Not sure if I'm going to mozzarella stick. But now, the last thing. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably say those are 5.5, 6. Again, I say it's a little above the fry level, but like not good enough for me to like want to pay money for it. All right, the last thing is the chicken sandwich. So we're gonna try that.
All right.
He ain't even get the buffalo though, man. He ain't get the buffalo.
I don't like buffalo. Why would I get buffalo? That's crazy.
And he need to get. I'm just saying, bro. See, he
hey,
tatted that thing up. He tatted it.
He's smacking me. I'm Arby's this weekend. I'm on my way to Detroit.
I told Gibbs, was that you? They called me crazy when I said my stream. They got a top tier chicken sandwich.
The sandwich is actually pretty good. I give him the sandwich. This sandwich is right on pace with This sandwich is on pace with what's that? Wendy's Wendy's regular chicken sandwich.
Yeah, the home style.
Yeah, it's on pace with the home style. I'll give him that.
Which I think it's an A-tier chicken sandwich, yo.
This is for sure you're right on. This chicken sandwich is for sure you're right on.
It's some heat, right?
I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I would pay money for this again if I had to go to Arby. Like if I had to go, and someone like you.
That's what you getting off the menu.
You never have to go to Arby's though. Like you never have to go.
I'm saying, if you with a group and they're like, "Hey, we going to Arby's," you're not gonna be the one guy that's like, "Nah, bro, nah, y'all ain't taking me to Arby's. Like, y'all gotta take me somewhere else."
Yep.
I get this chick. Hold on. There's an aftertaste here. Oh no.
Oh man.
Come on, stop playing.
Bro, I swear to God, I'm not. Listen, I was ready to get this chicken sandwich as props. It lost me. That aftertaste lost me, bro. I don't know what's going on, too.
What's that aftertaste hitting you for?
It tastes like tuna a little bit. I don't know. This is just
Tuna
right,
is
bro.
crazy.
All right,
Tuna is crazy.
Oh, no. 10 out of 10. Arizona always gonna be a 10. We always gonna love the grapes. But
Well, what kind of Arizona you got?
I got the fruit punch.
Okay.
Hey, listen, don't judge me. I love the fruit punch and the grape aid now. You ain't never
No,
gonna
the
change
grape
out the
aid. I love Arizona. The grape aid is some nasty work, bro.
Oh!
so grape Arizona,
no.
some nasty work, bro.
No, that's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, so what's top 3 Arizonas then?
I would say that little tonic one. The tonic one go crazy.
Bro, what you be drinking?
Y'all don't like the tonic one?
I don't
Y'all,
know what that is.
Hold on, y'all serious? Bro, I got one in my fridge right now. I got a tonic one when I got this one. The one that come in the little...
Bro, the watermelon is number 1. If you say anything other than the watermelon one, you
I don't dislike the watermelon, but it's not my type. Like
Watermelon top 5. I'm going to Southern Sweet Tea. I'm going Arnold Palmer. I'm going green tea.
I like the Arnold Palmer.
The green
tea, you can't hate on the legend. That's the OG. Without that one, none of this other stuff is possible. But this here and the grape, man, stop playing. I'll do some disgusting things to get my hands on the lifetime supply one. Either one of them.
That grape's some nasty work, bro. That grape is nasty work.
What don't you like about it is the question.
It's just, I don't know, like artificial grape flavors don't hit to me.
Really?
Yeah, artificial grape flavors don't hit. Like, you can give me anything that's grape flavor, I'm probably not messing with it.
So you didn't like grape annihilators? None of that?
Nah.
Oh,
Nope.
Man.
Grape annihilators, just some Jolly Ranchers, nothing.
Hold on. What was your favorite flavor in annihilators?
I had Annihilator in so long, bro.
Dark red boys.
So the cherry?
I'm gonna probably go cherry or watermelon.
No, watermelon. Watermelon was a darker red one. Yeah.
Watermelon is crazy. Watermelon is just crazy.
I ain't had Annihilator since Cass, bro.
Right, I had Annihilators in a minute.
I haven't either. I used to be an Annihilator man in middle school. It brings back fond memories. But as long as neither one of y'all said green apple, y'all was good with me. Anybody who favorite flavor Annihilator was green apple.
I didn't mind a green apple. It wasn't my favorite, but I wasn't mad at it.
Fun fact, the one person that I went to school with so I used to sell Annihilators at school. I used to buy them for 25 cents at the store, sell them for 50 cents to $1, depending on how things were going. You had to like. I used to do the before Uber had the surge pricing. I had surge pricing during the holidays, bro. When we came back to school and I knew it was tax season, surge prices. Nah, bro. You know the stores they ain't even got that many, so I got to charge you more. Nah, it went up from 50 cents to $1 a pack. But anyway, so the one person who used to ask me for Apple all the time. They ended up killing somebody for their baby mama or something along those lines. And I was just like, makes sense.
Are you saying green apple is a gateway drug?
Yes. Green apple is a hell of a drug, and mobile gas station got a hell of a plug. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So wait, let's stick on candy for a minute here. Let's stick on candy. What's your favorite chocolate candy?
Reese's #1.
Oh, I'm not mad at it.
Reese's #1. That's never changing.
I'm not mad at that.
Snickers will always be #1, bro. Snickers.
I'm also
Snickers my #2. My top 3: Reese's 1, Snickers 2, cookie and cream Hershey 3. That's my top 3.
My brother loves cookies and cream Hershey's. My brother loves cookies and cream Hershey's now.
But I like the Three Musketeer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of them guys. The Three Musketeers some heat to me.
I'm not mad at Three Musketeer. I probably ain't gonna go out of my way to intentionally buy one.
I'm a Twix guy. I'm a big Twix guy, boy. Let me tell you something. I could. What did Theo Vaughn say? I could be driving 70 miles per hour, but if you leave a Twix on the side of the road, I'm gonna see that Twix.
Nah, peanut butter Twix me.
Peanut butter Twix crazy, but I'll give you this. My top 3 would be Twix, Snickers, and Milky Ways. I love Milky Ways, bro. Them things are some fire. Like. Really, between Milky Ways and Milk Duds, it's a yes, I know the joke. I already know the jokes are coming. Yeah. I get it. My head resembles a Milk Dud. I understand. I still love Milk Duds. I'm not gonna stop loving them.
All right, what's the one candy people slander all the time and y'all mess with it?
Oh, 100 grand. 100 grand.
100 grand good.
People talk about 100 grand like it's the pitch. You know what I found out recently? 100 grand is apparently like a thing that only people in Michigan like a lot.
Really?
Which is surprising to me. Yeah, like I haven't met that many people outside of Michigan that like 100 grand. They do not rock with 100 grand.
You know what I mess with? Well, I used to mess with because I don't really eat candy like that no more.
Devs is crazy for putting Baby Ruth as a good.
Wait, who?
That's crazy.
Hey, I think I better have like one Baby Ruth in history.
Here's the thing. I secretly love Baby Ruths, but like I don't tell people that out loud.
No,
like,
you know what mine is? You know what mine is? I bang an Almond Joy right now.
Hey, Almond Joy.
Okay, all right. I'm with my people.
No.
You ain't messing with it? Okay, bro.
No, I'm not doing Almond Joy, bro.
I bang an Almond Joy right now.
Listen, that's not even Almond Joys and Baby Ruth's not my most embarrassing candy. My most embarrassing candy to tell people I like is Heath bars. People look at
Heath go crazy.
People look at you like you a criminal. When
bro,
Heath
like go crazy.
Y'all gross, bro. Y'all like bitter candy. That's
you probably a Kit Kat guy, ain't you, Chris? You like Kit Kats, don't you?
I don't like Kit Kats either.
All right, Kit Kats are disgusting.
You know I like bitter candy. Have you ever had like pure chocolate, like 95% dark chocolate?
No, I don't like dark.
It's delicious to me.
Wait, like from Ghirardelli and stuff like that?
Yeah, like a 95%.
Yeah. That dark chocolate, it be smacking. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm trying to think about my. We
also, those premium chocolates, man, like they expensive, but they so worth it.
Facts, bro. Facts.
The little ones that come in balls and like the inside of it is like always melted. What's the word I'm thinking of? It's not Ghirardelli. They come in.
Lint.
Lindor, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, them shits. They go.
I was just about to say, if y'all do eat Kit Kats, y'all ever had the Japanese flavors?
I don't eat Kit Kats.
Oh, dog. I'm not the biggest fan of Kit Kats, but the Japanese flavors is way better than regular Kit Kats. Japanese flavors that go dumb. These gonna sound crazy, but hear me out. Pumpkin Kit Kats and green tea Kit Kats go dumb.
I would rather redacted than eat Kit Kats.
He said you'd rather do the belly to belly soup.
Oh. Hold on now, player. You got too much dip on your chip. Your dip to chip ratio is a little off there, player. It's a little. But no, in all seriousness, man, I just Kit Kats are so gross to me. I don't know why either. Like, cause the the sum of the parts, I like.
You know, I'll eat a little mini Kit, a little Halloween Kit Kat. So for some reason, those good to me. But if you bought me a full size Kit Kat, no, that's disgusting. I don't know what the difference is in the two, but I cannot eat a full size Kit Kat.
I don't like either one. Also, they opened the Spirit of Halloween right by my crib, and the first thing I thought when looking at it, when I get married and I get my own house, there is going to be a king size candy bar coming out for every child that comes to my door. We are not doing none of that mini candy nonsense.
I mess with that. I want to be the crib that give away chips or something.
Hey, Chris is for sure giving them lessons. Look both ways before you cross the street. I don't know what y'all thought this was. No free candy.
Like not even cutting on. My front porch like gated community. That's what I'm gonna be at. You don't walk
He giving them CDs. He giving them certificates.
So here's what we're gonna do. Next episode, we're gonna talk about which holidays we would go the hardest for as adults. That's what we're gonna do.
Bet.
Like when we're like fully big kids with like, you know, houses and families and whatnot. We'll discuss what we're gonna do about those things. That work out for y'all?
I'm cool with that.
Okay, cool. Well, now that I've paid my penance and eaten Arby's for probably the last time ever in my life.
Man, that far exceeded your expectations.
I get that. Until that chicken sandwich gave me that aftertaste, I was like on board to potentially buy one again. Like, I don't know what it was about that aftertaste that was just like, ugh.
Bro, he gonna eat the rest of that, but as soon as we off pod,
Of course. Hold on. Y'all, if you know anything about me, y'all know that the way that I grew up, if there was food
waste food.
You ate it.
Unless it's meatloaf.
Oh, you know what's crazy? I ate my mom meatloaf. I hated it, and it was there. I had to eat it.
Meatloaf like dumb. Y'all like tripping, bro.
Hey, I never forget you told me you came home and Shorty had meatloaf ready for you.
So, I was devastated.
Like, that's one of the first things I learned about you is that you hate meatloaf.
I was legit. I was like real life like. And she was like, "Oh, well, my meatloaf is different from your mom's." Like, it's not about my mom because I know my mom can't cook. Like that's not a surprise to me. But I've had other people's meatloaf, and I'm just like, yeah, this ain't the dish for me. Like you know, it was. Anywho,
meatloaf's meat though, bro.
That's Hey, listen. To each their own. You know, more power to everybody out here, except the people that like regular Hershey's bars. If regular Hershey's bars is your favorite candy, you need to be institutionalized.
No, that's nasty work. That's nasty work.
To each their own to everybody else. To each their own to everybody else. You know. And by the way, did y'all see the tonic bottles at Arizona Tea? Did y'all see it or no?
I'm not hip.
The yellow bottles.
Nope.
Right, well, don't worry about it. I'm gonna bring one on air right after we get into the show. But we got a great show for y'all today. We got a show that's being shut down. I'm not talking about Facts Over Acts. Shohei Ohtani is no longer pitching after injuring a ligament in his arm. We've got, speaking of arms, we've got Trey Lance being traded from San Francisco to Dallas. I hate it had to be him. And of course, we have a lot more on today's episode because, boy, I'll tell you what, there is so much going on in the world today that we got to talk about. Are you really the world champs if you didn't play the world? Y'all ready to get into it, fellas?
I'm ready for it.
Oh, yes, sir.
All righty, well, let's do it. What's up, y'all? Have a seat. It's your favorite hour of the week with the Facts Over Acts crew. We got the master of the mix and master in the building, Josh Guyton.
That is I.
We got the money man, the man of the plan, Chris Allen in the building.
Right here.
And then you got the little old MC, that's me, Kenton Gibbs. And don't judge me if y'all see me eating during the show. It's just food in front of me, and I'm fat, so I'm going to eat it. You know what I mean? In the words of Rick Ross, I'm going to eat it. But anyway, we gonna start this thing off right here. A lot of people are now saying, including somebody on this show in particular, we won't say who, that Austin Reaves has become overrated overnight. I want to know where both of you fellas land on this side, or which side of the argument you land on. Josh, I'm going to start with you. Is Austin Reaves overrated? Is he appropriately rated, or is he underrated?
Austin Reaves, even though he's been getting a lot of love, first of all, if you play for the Lakers, you're going to be either overly scrutinized or overly loved. And Austin Reaves is on both of those planes right now. When we started the show, when we put this on a rundown, I was going to go that he's appropriately rated. But as I thought about it more, Austin Reaves is underrated.
Oh my God.
Austin Reaves is underrated.
Explain yourself. My brother in Christ, explain yourself.
Because we are having conversations like this about somebody who is the third best player on a team that went to the Western Conference Finals. And in his first playoffs, my personal opinion, he outplayed Anthony Davis in the conference finals. But his first playoff appearance, he averaged 17, 5 and 4. 17, 5 and 4. You can't give me too many 3 options in the NBA, or even people that y'all think might be elite level one day that's doing that performance as the third option in a first playoff appearance.
Was this his rookie season or second season?
This is his second season. This is his first time making the playoffs.
Got you. Okay, that makes sense.
You're not giving me too many people that's doing that they first time on the stage, giving you 17, 5 and 4 on 49% shooting.
All right, I'm gonna paint the room. I'm gonna paint the room, bro.
Go ahead.
He's really overrated, bro, and that's because he plays for the darn Lakers. That's why I hate the Lakers, right? It don't matter where you turn in history, you gotta deal with a Laker lover, and it just drives me crazy. Okay,
That man said a Laker lover.
I'm about to.
That sound like a slur.
Hey, I was about to say, you finna get us canceled, brother. You finna get us canceled. Oh my God, he's hanging out with those Lakers. He's a Laker lover.
It get on my nerves. Okay, so here, let me ask you this, guy. The last 5 champions. What name the teams for me, guy? The Nuggets was. I give you that one.
Nuggets, Warriors, Bucks, Lakers, Raptors.
Okay, name me the third option on all those teams.
All right, so if we go on the Warriors, them winning last year, probably Poole, either Poole or Wiggins. But the way they had their offense set up last year, Jordan Poole.
I would go Wiggins. Wiggins for that playoff. I would go Wiggins.
Year before that, I'm going Drew Holiday.
Okay.
Year before that, I'm going. That's tough. I don't know. That Lakers thing was just LeBron and AD. The third option changed by day. Schroeder? No, I would say Danny Green was the third option. He didn't perform. He got touches like the third option. Schroeder? Rondo?
Nah. If I had to give it a third
Kuz?
option, I would go Kuz. I was gonna say I would go Kuz.
Okay, Kuz. And before that, the Raptors, Lowry?
Yes, exactly. And
okay.
This past championship team, you skipped Michael Porter Jr. is the third option, right?
Yep.
Okay. How many of those third options Austin Reaves go better than already?
How many of those third options had a better first playoff run in their second year?
No. We not talking about that. We talking about
yes, we are.
Wait a minute.
Yes, we are.
I'm gonna get to that.
Because if we talking about right now, Austin Reaves is better than Kyle Kuzma. Austin Reaves is better than Kyle Lowry.
I'm talking about. I'm painting the picture here, right? What I'm saying to you is, you talking about his second playoff run, right?
His first playoff run.
Well, his first playoff run, his second season. That's what I meant. Where he had an exceptional run, right?
Uh-huh.
What I'm telling you is, the last 5 championship teams that you just named, at that time when they was third options, they all were better than AR-15.
No, they wasn't. Kyle Kuzma, the year they won a championship, in his first playoff run, he averaged you 10, 2, and 3.
You just said, Guyton, that AD and LeBron, it was a lot of AD and LeBron. Where did Kuzma fit in that?
You just said, is Austin Reaves better than any of those third options?
But it's no longer just AD and Bron on the Lakers, though. It's no longer just AD and Bron.
Let's keep going.
LeBron
Let's keep going.
Is 38. He's 38.
Let's keep going.
Keep going back.
The year they won a championship, Kyle Lowry averaged 17, 7, and 6.
Hey, I hate
that was his 10th playoffs. His first playoff, he averaged 5, 2, and 2.
I hate to say this, but technically speaking, y'all are wrong about who the third option was on that 2020 team.
Who was it?
It's not gonna help Chris' argument at all. The player that took the third most shots and averaged the third most points was Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
I said KCP or either Kyle Kuzma.
Let's keep going. You know what? Michael Porter Jr. was the third option. On the Nuggets, right?
Hold on, wait. Are you telling me you think
Austin Reaves averaged more points and assists?
You saying, but we talking about better players.
Well, in Austin Reeves' defense,
and this is MPJ third playoffs.
In Austin Reeves' defense, he is a much better decision maker with the ball than Michael Porter Jr. Like exponentially better. Like if you go give one of them the ball,
he's a guard and he's a forward. Porter's an assassin. Austin Reeves is a playmaker. I give you that.
Yeah, but Austin Reeves that boy is a ball stopper supreme. He ain't never seen a shot he ain't like. I remember that one game he had 5 assists and everybody lost their mind. It was like, what is this passing bag he's in? And I'm like, he's just hitting open people. I mean, this is what he's supposed to do. But I get you.
Austin Reeves had a more efficient and had more assists and points this playoffs than Andrew Wiggins had last year during the Warriors championship run. Although we're not counting and taking into account defense, so even if we went the Jordan Poole route as the third option, Austin Reeves got better stats across the board than Jordan Poole did last playoffs.
Okay.
I mean, it's tough to argue. It's tough to argue this now. It's tough to argue this.
What I'm saying though is, listen. His equivalent to me is a Tyler Hero. That's who he is. He's a Tyler Hero.
But that would make him rightfully praised as where he was.
I argued with somebody on Twitter. They was trying to tell me that he's going to be LeBron's heir to the throne for the Lakers.
Okay, see,
you talking to somebody on Twitter? You talking to the Facts Over X crew right now?
What I'm saying is that's overrated by far.
So and here, let me step in right here because I got to say this right. By the way, the more of that sandwich I ate, the worse it got. The grade literally just kept going down today. But that's another story. Neither here nor there. Very seriously. And when I look at Austin Reeves, I say he's rated perfectly, right? I guess we the 3 bears, and we just need Goldilocks to come take some pours because it's overrated for some, underrated for some, just right for me. But let me tell you why it's just right. A lot of why people think he's overrated is because Twitter pays people now to make terrible tweets. Like, that's the problem. Yeah. That somebody made a tweet today talking about who would you rather have for the next 5 years, LaMelo Ball or Austin Reeves. We all know the answer to that question. But do you know why that person tweeted that? Because they had
engagement, man.
1,500 quote tweets within 3 hours. That's why people are doing this stuff to Austin Reeves. And I got to say it. I don't want to be that guy, but I got to say it. Yes, he has the triple effect of the what should make him overrated. He plays with LeBron. He plays in LA. And he's a white boy in basketball. We all know how all 3 of those things work out. Anytime you're a white man excelling in the black sport, they can't wait to give you your love. They can't wait to say, ooh-wee. Trust me, y'all see the cap on my chest. Y'all see the Fadu Bai. Sam White out there one shimmy, and all of a sudden he was the greatest to ever live. Wilt Chamberlain was a capper for Christ's sake. But that's how it goes. That's how that happens.
Hey, Wilt Chamberlain, bringing him up in an argument is crazy.
Hey,
I just want to fight out.
Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell, both cappers. So anyway,
not only dropping hundreds to the court, but off the court.
Hello. Talk to him now. But
I used to want to be Wilt.
You know, the reality is, he is rated right where he's supposed to be because a lot of the hate comes because of the people who, like Chris was talking to, or like the guys tweeting out stuff to get engagement. They want him to be overrated so bad. They want him to be. Nobody in their right mind is saying that this guy with an extremely limited ceiling is going to be the heir to the throne. Nobody in their right mind is thinking Austin Reeves is the next face of the league. Nobody. That's just not how it works. I'm sorry.
But it's this highlight era, Gibbs. Because bro was sending me highlights clips from when he was in college. I'm like, bro, look at his college stats. Look at his college. I'm not going to sit here and lie. I didn't watch not one game of Austin Reeves in college. But all I know is that if you did not get drafted, that means you did not do anything that was that spectacular that make everybody, or you had health problems. It's one or the other.
Yeah, that's true. And not only that, like I talked about, it's the limited ceiling. The draft now more than ever is basically strictly based off of what we can project you to be. For example, Michael Porter Jr. had super health problems, and yet he was still, a top 15 pick? He was a lottery pick?
Yeah, he was a lottery pick.
And why was he a lottery pick? Because coming out of high school, he was the number one player in the nation. They say he's 6'10". He can stroke it from wherever. That man can knock it down the shot.
His bag
like
is
nobody's
insane.
business. And I was about to say, he's a big guy with a handle. Now, we all knew he wasn't passing the ball. We knew that immediately. But
In high school, they used to be hate playing with him.
but you look at the defensive upside with his length and athleticism. You look at the shooting ability. You look at the confidence to take those shots, and you say to yourself, I'm gonna take my chance here. Austin Reaves he could shoot and a good handle. That's about it. And it was a good decision maker. That's about it. You weren't looking at him like, oh yeah, his reach and athleticism, he's gonna project to be the best guard defender in the league. No, nobody was thinking that. So, I mean, I get it. I understand why he was picked or why he wasn't picked necessarily. But, I just think the NBA is leaning much too heavy into picking for potential anyway. But I think Austin Reaves at this point in time, I think he's rated perfectly where he is. Because nobody's saying he's a top 10 guard. I have not heard anybody serious.
That's crazy.
Say like, hey, Austin Reaves is one of the best 10 guards in the game. But people are acknowledging that's a rising star, which I think he is. The serious people, at least.
All I'm saying is, to Chris's argument, is one, Austin Reaves had a better first playoff run than all 5 third options that we named in their first playoff run. And in years and we named the 5 past champions, the only people who had a better playoffs during that championship run was Kyle Lowry and Drew Holiday, who were both veterans in the league.
And had both been to multiple All-Stars before that playoff run. So
that's the only point I'm making.
Hey, listen, and I get that, but what I'm saying is, how confident are you if I told you, right, you could get a duo a little bit like AD and LeBron. I was trying to name players, but you can't really name players like AD and LeBron without going like a Giannis and like a
right.
But if I gave you 2 players like that and I told you your only third option gonna be AR-15, right? Mm-hmm. What you gonna do? You're gonna have to stack the people behind him. You cannot let him be the sober. He can't be your Chris Bosh.
I'm not too sure. He only 2 years into the league, and he been hooping.
Now, granted, at this point in time, if you're talking about him right now, then yes, you would not want him to ideally be that Chris Bosh role of like, hey, you're the third and nobody behind you is getting shots because you're getting them up. Sure. Right. But if we're talking what we're projecting him out to be in the next few years, I could easily see that. I could easily see it.
Hey, Chris. The 2 years that Miami won championships, Austin Reaves averaged more points than Chris Bosh by over 5 points.
Oh my God, Lord Jesus! Now, all right. Hold on now. So
he takes a lot of context out of it.
Now listen. We talking replacements. We talking about the next guy up, next guy in line, who's the next heir to the throne and all that. Well, down there in the big state of Texas, the stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
On less shot attempts.
Oof.
That's all. Proceed.
But we have a potential replacement in Dallas with Trey Lance being traded to Dallas for a 4th round pick. Now, fellas, what do y'all think about this trade? What are your initial thoughts on this trade?
My initial thoughts is that Dallas is ready to get Dak out of the door. Is Trey Lance the replacement for that? I'm not entirely sure, but it seems like they're grooming him to do so. I think Trey Lance still has a really high ceiling. I don't think that he had the full support of the brass in San Francisco during his run there, so I feel like he didn't really get a fair shot to be like that lead guy. And Purdy had a good run during the season, so they put all of their eggs into the Brock Purdy basket. But I think my initial reaction to that trade is that Dallas is getting ready to get Dak Prescott out. Get ready to get Dak out the door.
Hate that for him. Hate it had to be him. Chris, what are your thoughts on this thing?
So I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all, man. Y'all know what I do for a living, right? I manage a lot of people and I manage a business, right? Sometimes the business required. I'm pulling Gibbs. Sometimes the business requires some things to do to like fire up under somebody, right? Sometimes I gotta go get my senior engineer and sit him down and say, hey, I got this intern. I'm about to convert him over to full time as an engineer, and I need you to train him. You know, I think he will help you out a lot. You spread too thin. You haven't been getting stuff done like you should. I still have confidence in you, but guess what? I really got to have a backup plan because sometimes you just don't get things done for me when it's time to get things done for me. And I think this will help you out, right? So I need you to show this person everything you know. I need you to show this person all of our plays. I need you to show this person all of our playbooks. I need you to show this person how to start the machine, stop the machine. I need you to show this person how to do everything you know how to do. Right?
Chris be scaring the workers.
I sounded so nice when I said that, you know? I sounded like I'm
Chris,
trying to help you out.
Chris,
You get
I
what I'm
work in HR, brother. I know the next talk after that one, somebody like me is coming and handing them that little manila folder and driving that invisible car. It's just not really working out. You know? It just ain't going
Yeah.
What I just explained to the audience, right? Is it's a pip, right? It's a pip, right? And
They put Dak on the pip.
they got Dak on the pip, man. They got Dak on the pip. I'm not gonna hold you. Right? Trey Lance didn't get the fair shot at the 49ers because he got hurt, you know. And to be honest with you, if you look at Dak and you look at Trey Lance, how different are they?
Well, one of them is younger.
How different are they?
One of them is younger, got a bigger arm, and you know,
A lot faster.
Yeah. I mean, that got the size on him. That's about it.
yeah.
Okay, but if I'm Dak Prescott, I am that panic button. I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it fast, quick. I'm in the gym right now. I'm in the gym for breakfast. I'm in the gym for lunch. I'm pulling a page out of Kobe Bryant book. The team gonna work out. Then I'm gonna work out after the team. Then I'm gonna beat the team in the gym the next morning. If I'm Dak Prescott, because people fail to realize, Gibbs, and you my football guy. I know you know. How many more years Dak got on that deal?
What? 2, 3? He can't have nothing beyond that.
It's 2 at the most.
Yeah.
Let's look up his deal to know the exact details on this thing. Good, proceed, Chris.
And the reason why I bring that up, though, Gibbs, is in football, what is the appetizing contract? It's not like basketball. What is the appetizing contract for an old starting quarterback?
I mean, if you got an old starting quarterback on a, really you want him for locked up 2 years, maybe. That's about what you want. Exactly 2.
Okay, yeah, you just thought how many years left on Dak.
He got 2 left. You're right. After this year, there's exactly 2 years left.
Oh
There's
my
exactly 2
God!
years left.
So when I go back to my real life example, right? That engineer that wasn't really getting the work done on time, and I hired an intern into a full time. For one, it's cheaper. For one, it's a lot cheaper because that's a new guy, and he got fresh out of college. He don't know what type of money he should be getting paid. And for 2, guess what? Now my engineer, he working nights, he working weekends, he doing everything he can do to make sure he get everything he needs to get done on time. Right?
And Chris still gonna fire him because the intern cheaper. He still,
The business told me to.
brother, I gotta pay you $115. He going for $95. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, brother. I don't know what to say. No, but I look at it like this, man. The Cowboys finally pulled a fleece off. I've been waiting. Every team almost has a moment where you're like, "Holy fleece, Batman! You got him. You got one over.
That was a fleece.
You pulled one. The Lions did theirs with the Vikings when they sent Hawkinson over there, and we got Branch in return for him, who has been one of our best DBs throughout camp, to the point where they're saying Tracy Walker ain't gonna start no more, and Hawkinson is talking about resetting the market. This is why I say that this is a potential for a holy fleece moment. 4th round picks is not surprising to see a 4th round pick like not make it out of camp. Nobody is gonna be like, "Oh, a 4th rounder didn't make it out of camp. Oh my God, I can't believe it." Like, it happens sometimes. That's not an extremely rare occurrence. So with that being said, you gave up that for a quarterback with an extremely high ceiling that, you know, that team was just in win now mode and he got hurt. I mean, you never gonna hear me say, "Hey, that's a terrible decision." He wasn't gonna play over there anyway, but y'all are right. Dak, brother, they got the clock is ticking. The
49ers also, they got almost a 30-year-old running back, right? C-Mac got maybe 2 most solid years.
But that's the thing. He's not the only one. That defense is getting old.
Yeah.
Trent Williams, you're a bad man. You know what I mean? If you see this, don't take this like I'm. You know, Trent Williams is a lot bigger than me, fella. So you gotta preface this the right way. You know what I mean? Because if you ever roll up on me, that's neither here nor there. Trent Williams is a bad man. Trent Williams is getting up there in age. You know what I mean? Like this team is not one that is heading towards a peak per se. I would say they're already there trying to maintain this plateau because the only place they got to go.
If Purdy played halfway deep, like that team set up, Gibbs, like you just said, that defense is set up where your quarterback can be like a middle of the pack. You could get a 15, 16 rated quarterback and make that team go to the playoffs relatively easy, right?
Yeah,
Where it's going to hurt them at is that quarterback is not the quarterback of the future. Like if you told me Purdy was the quarterback of the future, I would say, do I build my team? Like he doesn't strike me as build my team around him, right?
So, I get that. Well, that's what Shanahan said. Shanahan said that he would have to melt in practice for him to not be the starter. So, and by melt, he meant physically melt right there on the field. So they believe in him. They gave him the keys to the kingdom, and they we rock with Mark because Mark is rocking with us. That's what they told him. They got full faith in the man, and they rocking with him. I hope that for Purdy's sake that he does win it all because, boy, that's going to look bad. That's going to look bad for a long time. If that happens, and it's an unceremonious way to see him go. But speaking of unceremonious ways to see people go, are we seeing the end of Shohei Ohtani in LA in an unceremonious way after he gets hurt and is now deciding to shut down on pitching? Like, are y'all looking at this and saying to yourselves, like, he needs to stop pulling double duty. He needs to just stop playing with the Angels so he can play some meaningful baseball? Or what's the deal? What are you
The Angels is the problem, and it's not because of meaningful baseball. It's the problem that the Angels are running this man into the ground for a team that's last place almost every season in the ALS.
Oh,
they're trying to sell tickets. They're trying to sell jerseys. They are milking a generational talent for everything they can get out of it. And I don't know if MLB needs to step in and change management, change the front office. But this is the second, possibly third time we've seen the Angels do this. They kind of did it with Vladimir Guerrero. They for sure did it with Mike Trout. And now they doing it again with Shohei. They get one generational talent, put him around this mid pitching rotation, around this mid batting lineup, and like, hey, you making us some money? Hey, you making all-star games? Hey, you the face of the league? We not giving you no nights off pitching on this mound, Shohei. They even in situations where they had Shohei pitching at extra innings.
That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane.
If he was playing for any other franchise and they realized what they had on their hands, they are not running that man into the ground like that, especially if they aren't making the playoffs year after year.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hold y'all. Just picture this. Shohei Ohtani, New York Yankees. Oh, my God. Oh,
Stop giving people to the Yankees.
The Yankees agenda.
Stop.
Do you know
y'all worse than Lakers fans,
fire, bro? Do you know the MLB will be on fire, bro?
Chris, y'all are worse
that would
than
do to the NBA.
y'all are. You gonna make me say a slur? You gonna make me? Don't make me say Yankee lover. You Yankee lover. You stop it right now,
man. Listen.
See, you the rich man north of Richmond that he was talking about in that song. That's you. That's you. I just want you to know it.
Hey, listen. If the Yankees
Don't let me see you with no fudge rounds. Don't let me see you.
And they would give up Derek Jeter and Alex Rodriguez if they could for Shohei. Like. What? If he played on the Yankees, bro, what? He would probably pitch once every other week.
Chris, I want you arrested.
Outfield.
I want you arrested.
He would be chilling in New York. Do you know the Asian community in New York?
I want you arrested. This has to stop.
He plays in Los Angeles.
I was just about to say, he plays in LA. Like,
but we're talking baseball here. Baseball in New York? Like, I played up there in New York. New York baseball, they take that serious, man. Like, they take that serious. Like, think about it. Whenever the Red Sox come to town, they almost shut down the town just to play baseball. When other teams, like, don't get me wrong, New York is the mecca of basketball, too. But ain't nobody getting up for the Knicks no more.
Well, I don't know. Whenever the Knicks are good, that city love to show up.
They still a top 10 franchise in the four major sports.
Trey Young put them out. Little bitty Trey Young put them out, and they shut up for the last 3 years. They've been shut.
I can't wait till Trey Young go bald. I'm gonna be so happy for him. That is crazy. That hair is just crazy, bro. Oof. I'll say this: I'm not as privy to baseball. Like I don't know as much about baseball as y'all do, but I'm genuinely confused. Like every time I think about the Angels, you have the guy that everybody says is the best player in baseball right now in terms of Shohei, and then if you put a gun to somebody's head and say name the second best player in baseball, most people say Mike Trout. What's happening? How do you have like?
He hurt.
I don't understand it. You don't hear about it in any other sport. You don't see this. Like you're not. If in hockey, if Austin Matthews and McDavid were playing together, nobody would be like, "Oh yeah, that team's not good." That's just how it goes sometimes.
It's just, in baseball is so many moving parts, man. It's so many moving parts, and if you put all of your eggs into just two players, I mean, even if you think about a team like the Tigers, they had the two best hitters in the league in Cabrera and Victor Martinez, and they was getting whooped on a lot of those seasons.
But even then, right? And I thought about that because I'm like, there have been other times where teams have had like really.
Only
great
the Tigers had the two best batters in the league. They had the two best pitchers in the league and couldn't win.
And that's where I was just about to go. You're not talking about like two players who excel at one thing. These are literally like Shohei isn't a 5'2" guy. He's something beyond that. Like literally the thing that everybody says, you want this. This is the best type of player you can have. Shohei scoffs at that and says, no, I'm a little beyond that. Mike Trout is the best 5'2" guy, apparently. And yet they just, year after year. I'm going to tell you this. I'm not saying he needs to go to the Yankees because redacted the Yankees. But he does need to go. He does. And honestly, and I mean this very genuinely, the MLB needs to look into every team in California that's not named the Giants or the Dodgers. The MLB needs to be taking a look. They need to be saying, what's going on over there? What's happening? Because the Oakland A's and the
Padres. I mean, I was saying the Padres to prove your point.
And that's what I'm saying. They're another team. All those stars, and somehow you end up where you end up on the regular. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, but they stars is washed in the Padres now. Like you, Darvish is having one of his worst seasons this year.
But still, if you look at the Padres, like early 2010s Padres, they had a legendary roster over there.
They won the Super Bowl. I mean, World Series.
What year?
They won the World Series?
I thought they did.
Did they? Again, I'm not the baseball guy, so don't give me the lie.
The Giants won that year. The Giants won that year.
Hate that for them. Again, I'm looking at y'all funny. I'm looking at y'all extremely funny because what's going on here? What are y'all on?
They won a World Series.
I'm gonna say this.
Only MLB teams that never have appeared in the World Series are the first on the list, San Diego Padres.
Again, every team in LA, every team in that state, not named the Dodgers and the Giants, I'll get them investigated, get them looked at.
And the Angels made one, and they did win it, but they only went to one throughout the history of their franchise, and that was in what year was that they won? 2002?
So with that being said, we are all certain that the Los Angeles Angels would not be lifting that World Championship trophy anytime soon. And
I'd be surprised if it was in the next decade.
It's interesting that we are talking World Championships now because track star Noah Lyles wins at the World Championships, and he started talking his talk. He said, man, the NBA calling themselves the world champions. I hate it. World champions of what? America? You ain't played nobody outside of America. Fellas, there's a lot of speculation or a lot of argument, rather, about this thing, about whether he's right, whether he's wrong, whether or not, they don't play anybody outside of America, all that good stuff. What are y'all thinking?
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start this off because it's a reason that they're called world champions, right? Name me the 10 best players name me the 10 best players in the NBA right now.
I'll probably say
Joker, Bron, Embiid,
So stop. You just named 5. If those are your top 5, 3 of those are not from America. So apparently they left whatever place they were playing at that was across the world to come to America and play. The reason for that is because the best basketball players in the world come to America to go against the best competition and where? The world. So let's have a hypothetical scenario in order for the Denver Nuggets to be considered world champions. You know what? Let's see who won the Chinese basketball league last year.
The Shanghai Sharks, the Guangdong Tigers, who won it?
The current champions are the Liaoning Flying Leopards.
Ah, the Flying Leopards. How can we forget the
So
Flying Leopards?
let's say the Denver Nuggets won the championship and some interest music started playing and the Flying Leopards came out with a Money in the Bank briefcase and said, in order to be world champions, you got to beat us first. Do you think Nikola Jokic is going to have a hard time dropping 150 on the Liaoning Flying Leopards?
No, wait a minute. In all fairness, you're forgetting that the Australian Basketball League is allegedly the second best outside of the NBA. You know, so maybe pull up their champion. Tell me what their roster looks like.
You know what? Let's see who their MVP is.
Let's do it. Who's the Australian Basketball League's MVP?
Xavier Cooks of the Sydney Kings. Okay, let's see what this man did. He won MVP.
His name, it just sounds like he be on the court doing something crazy. You know what I mean? Cooks is in the name.
Cooks is in his name.
That's a bad boy right there.
Let's see. Is that the most valuable? He won MVP, averaging a whopping 14, 9, and 5.
Wow, that's tough. That's tough.
So I'm pretty sure I'm a gamer. Let's say I entered the World Tekken Championships. If I win that tournament, am I not considered a world champion until I beat the dude that's playing on his Xbox that just like randomly wants to challenge me?
No, you're considered the world champion.
Because I beat the best available talent in order to have that title. A perfect example of this is we're looking at FIBA basketball right now. USA is undefeated. USA has had one close game. The teams that they are playing against they're playing the absolute best talent that their country has to offer.
Absolutely.
USA's third option is a man that we just had a 15-minute segment on whether or not he's overrated. They said he the next LeBron. Playing against Argentina, Austin Reaves looks like LeBron.
Wait, for real? He was out there saucing them like that?
Austin Reaves is an elite level talent where you're playing against a team whose best player is Dennis Schroeder.
Oh. Wait, Dennis Schroeder is playing for Germany or Argentina?
Germany.
Oh.
You know, guy, you
have some shame, Dennis. Have some shame.
You said a lot there, Guyton. But I got this. I can simplify everything you just said with this one line, right? And let me get closer to the mic so y'all can hear me. I can simplify everything you just said with this one thing, right? And Gibbs, you my favorite. When you do this in the chat, I'll die laughing. What's the first place that they joke about when a player has a bad game in a big game?
Get ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
Get ready to learn some Mandarin. Come on, brother.
What's the first place
you
joke about when Ben Simmons go out there and lay 0, 4, and 4?
Guangdong Tigers. Guangdong.
Okay. So what that tells me alone right there, right? I'm gonna go back to the polls. What that tells me alone right there, right? No, the outcast go overseas and play and get their reps in.
Yeah.
And you talking about some world champions.
You ain't wrong.
Dylan Brooks, before he got the $8 million to my Rockets, do you know how much he had to tweet back to people about the Guangdong Dragons?
Listen, craziness.
Okay, and for this guy, he thought he was so smart saying that too, man. He was probably like, oh yeah, I won an Olympic medal. I'm really a world champion. The NBA, they do that. And they not even world champions. They doing it in the U.S. Like he thought he was the smartest guy saying that too. That's like that one kid that beat you in all them timetables, and nah, he ain't even get out of high school yet. In middle school, he beat you in all the timetables. He didn't get out of high school. Talking about, hey man, I beat you in them timetables back in the day, man. I still was smart. He ain't even finished high school.
I want to cook up something for y'all real quick. And first thing first, I want to address a lot of the argument that's been going on that's not directly related to this, but kind of related.
Okay.
People have been saying, well, the U.S. should stop with all of their sports saying that they're the world champs if you're not playing anybody else. Baby, Josh and I were talking about this before the show, okay? In football, you could literally have like limitations on who we could play. You could say, hey, America, you can't have any professionals. And in their last year of college football, it can't be any quarterback that threw for over 3,000 yards. It can't be any receiver that's caught for over 1,000. It can't be any running back that's rushed for over 1,000 in their last season in college. Same with the DB. Everybody, find a stat and say you can't be over this tangible metric. And no pros. And I'm telling you, that team that USA trots out, the closest game they have will be about a 35-point win. Maybe 28. Maybe if somebody really start cutting up.
People act like 2008 and 2012 didn't happen.
Listen, and this is what I'm saying. People are talking about, well, hey, what? Listen, if this argument continued and like if somehow, like if Elon Musk were to die and be like, Ken, you always talk about you hate billionaires. Well, I'm going to make you a billionaire. See what you do with the money. The only dumb endeavor I would do is pay the Olympics to make football a sport so the rest of the world could shut up about stop calling yourselves world champs. Because I would want, not even an NFL team, literally a completely like, oh, these are guys that just weren't good enough to make the NFL. Like they played on a practice squad or whatever. They just weren't good enough to like make it in the NFL. And I'm telling you, y'all know Lou Young that does all the videos. He played in the NFL. Watching him pick off Nigeria's quarterback for the 8th time in a game would be very exciting for me. Watching John Franklin III from Last Chance U throw for 500 yards, it would make my heart smile. Because the rest of the world, listen, in the sports that y'all got us, we say it. We admit it. Y'all do y'all this, you do your thing. Stop with all this nonsense. Especially, again, Noah, and now I want to talk about specifically Noah in this quote. Noah, if track were a $1 billion business globally, right? And they came up with the NTA, the National Track Association, right? And they had all the best runners in the world. So it's not the Olympics. It's not like, oh, well, Australia has to have a runner in this because that's the fastest guy from Australia. No. It's literally just the fastest 8 guys in the world. Or the fastest, however many in the world with 2 alternates, right? And everybody was competing to get into that league. Everybody was competing to get into the National Track Association. If you won that race, that would give you more right to call yourself the world champion than winning in the Olympics. Because winning in the Olympics means that somebody was on that court that stopped playing ball in high school. That's a reality. Somebody was on that court. And I don't even want to get to the women's side of the sports where I was just like, now who uncle did she have to pay to get on this team? Because I know good and well, this woman does not belong on anybody's court, field, nothing. Nothing. Like, what's going on here? So, with that in mind, Noah, congratulations on winning your gold medal, brother. Keep sweeping them. Keep getting all your world championships and all that. But everybody's sport is different, And like your sport has enough money in it to like once every 4 years or once every 2-3 years, it gets exciting and hot and we talk about it a lot. Basketball, I mean, literally LeBron staying out too late on a Tuesday night is a front page story. You winning a gold medal is like, oh, good for him. Yay.
Yeah.
Like, that's the difference, brother. That's the difference. That's the difference. So, just keep that in mind and understand that if you're a champ in America in most of these sports, you're the champ. if the MLS called themselves the world champs, I could understand you being mad. I get that. Because the MLS would get wiped by anybody else. Sure. I'm not mad at you there. Whatever. But that's about it. That's about it. All the rest of our teams, the NHL, most of the NHL is Canadian. You know why they're not playing in the Canadian Hockey League? Take a wild guess, buddy. This
It's
is where
buns.
the best go. This is where the best go. This is where the money is. They want to go where the money reside. And where does the money reside? In America. So, I know y'all had enough of us talking track and talking Arby's and talking terrible aftertaste after a sandwich. But come on back next week and the week after that and the week after that. Peace and love, y'all.